We may no longer have a country if we take what Dele Farotimi is offering by Wunmi Akintide. And now to the news info. When you declare in a public interview that your ultimate goal and mission is the destruction of Nigeria, you have set yourself up for failure in the mind of many people who believe like you do that the situation in Nigeria is pretty bad, but that incremental change is what Nigeria needs, not destruction. How, for goodness sake, would Dele not be labeled a rebel or a terrorist, for lack of a better word, to use by those who dislike him, even though the guy is telling the truth and nothing but the truth in very provocative verbiage and language as a very brilliant and eloquent lawyer and a very sound intellectual? I like Dele Farotimi because I could clearly see myself in him as a radical, but I do want to restrain myself in deference to caution from using some of his verbiage, which sometimes cross the line of civility and decency, and respect for the views of the people on the opposing camp. And so why should I be gentle with calling out bad persons? I should use cajoling words to call them out. Oh, a humble corrupt politician, or a humble corrupt judiciary that is affair. That is how we should say it, Abi. Because I don't understand what you mean by his use of some verbiage, which cross the line of civility, which crossing the line. Calling a spade, you are saying that he's using verbiage. I beg, who you be? Who be being Bumi? What is his name? Wunmi Akintide. Beg. Go to court has now become our only refrain or pathway to justice and fair play in Nigeria. And when we know that the court and all other aspects of our society are equally as corrupt and totally derelict as concluded by Dele Farotimi and Omoyele Sowore, it now appears to me that the most viable solution Farotimi and Sowore are offering is total revolution, which many Nigerians often recognize as a call to violence. We all know some revolutions can be peaceful, just like Phil Palace and other coups in our country have been totally bloodless, like what happened when General Gowon was removed during a state visit to Uganda for an OAU summit, or like what just happened in Syria. Farotimi wants that revolution led by people like himself and the people he believes in, like Peter Obi, if I hear him correctly. But what Farotimi has not specifically addressed is his new punchline is that he has not mentioned Omoyele Sowore or himself as two possible Nigerians who could predictably lead such a revolution. Dele actually told the whole nation in an interview with Seun Okibaloye on Channels TV that Peter Obi had won the 2023 election, but that the election had in fact be stolen away from him. Did he lie? That was the conclusion that Dele Farotimi and his fellow believers in the revolution could not even totally agree on. If you ask them, and based on my recollection of what Omoyele Sowore has told Rudolph Okonkwo in one of his recent interviews I have watched on YouTube, Omoyele firmly believes that Peter Obi was part of the Nigerian problem and part of the old order he was fighting to remove, and that was why he would never team up with Mr. Obi. Mr. Sowore could issue a rebuttal if I am not reporting what he has said correctly. The revolution Dele Farotimi and Omoyele Sowore has been preaching or canvassing is the one to be led by the people themselves and not by the regular politicians or the military who the country had tried before for 38 consecutive years, all to no avail. Ènìyàn méjì kì í jẹ̀bi ọ̀rọ̀. Okay, Dele Farotimi had said in his interview with Seun Okibaloye because he claims we Nigerians deceive ourselves too much. I happen to agree with that too. Farotimi has said in that interview that we all have to admit to our faults, and that we as a collective with good leadership have to admit that we have all sinned and are falling short of our people's expectation, and that we have all failed because we are all now tired of where we are today. There's a part of me that shares some of the views of Dele Farotimi, except that I'm equally persuaded that the ultimate solution he is offering, which is a revolution now, is impracticable, because that is not what I believe is stereotype of a good leader like Peter Obi is willing to support right now or at this moment in time. Why do you think so? Why do you think Peter Obi doesn't want revolution at all? The same Peter Obi who has scored 6 million plus in the 2023 election, all because of the Nigerian Christians. So you think it was only Christians that voted for him? In a revolt, I've crossed party lines to vote for his Labour Party because of him. But I doubt right now if the same Peter Obi can repeat the same feat in 2027 if he runs again, and if the country does not implode or break up by then, because Biafra and Arewa and even the minority Ijaw and Odua Republic are also agitating to go their separate ways the last time I checked. But maybe they should do that. Maybe they should give people their freedom. So that we will not have to go through this same shege that we are going through now in 2027. I also recall that Omoyele Sowore has scored far less than 250,000 votes in that election nationwide. Are Nigerians truly ready for a revolution is the question I often ask myself. Based on that observation, I don't know about you. I say so because I hear rumors which Peter Obi has not denied that he is willing and ready to be a running mate to any candidate. The PDP and the new Fulani Igbo and the Middle Belt Alliance or Cabal are putting together as a counterforce to the ruling APC led by Tinubu, who is contemplating running again in 2027. So what's wrong with that? You are hearing rumors. At least he has not come out to say it, and he has not denied as well. But they really need to align together. I don't know if him becoming the VP will work. I don't know about that. But probably not him and Atiku Sha. Probably him and somebody else. I don't know. But that alliance is very important to make sure that APC does not win in 2027. If you'll be able to survive till then, based on the rumors we are hearing from the grapevine as we speak and unsolicited predictions from social media fake prophets who are now 2 for a penny in Nigeria. Those prophets are also part of the country's problem because many of our people believe them. Yes. Dele Farotimi and many Nigerians who argue that corruption has become an incurable cancer in Nigeria are right, but the observation have gone a long way back into our history if you trace back what we got. Nobody will be surprised in Nigeria today if an old legal document suddenly emerges from nowhere showing the last name of our former president as Muhammadu Daura instead of Buhari because the general was born in Daura in Katsina State. What of the practice in the Yoruba Southwest where a newly born baby can be given as many as 20 names on the 8th day of his birth, but the baby will end up using only 1 or 2 of those names in addition to his or her surname, which is usually the name of his or her father? What are you saying? You don't go off point. Dele Farotimi surely has a point, but if you are going to change everything that is wrong with Nigeria in one day or in one fell swoop like Dele and Sowore are suggesting, we would no longer have a country. Okay. We must always remember that if we don't want to throw away the baby with the bathwater, going back to regional autonomy or allowing those who want to go peacefully may be one of the better options we have in Nigeria if we can no longer get along in our own country. Yoruba and Indigo farmers can no longer go to their farms because the Fulani intruders and Boko Harams have taken over most of our pristine forests in the south. Why not if not? I rest my case. You rest your case. You sure don't go off points, Emmanuel Iyan says, Bumi Akeside has raised so many points that put the entire discourse into a web of confusion. Oga, read 1 point per time. Let us hear you clearly because me too, I don't understand. You have sure gone off points. The koko is that if the alliance is going to work, let them try it at first. Rather than you say, oh, they should not align. Are we ready for a revolution and all of that? Or they allow people to go their separate ways. If Yorubas want to go, let them go. Biafra, give them their Biafra nation. Release Nnamdi Kanu for them and let everybody go their separate ways because obviously nobody will want APC to enter in 2027. When it's not as if we are so used to suffering. No, we don't want. And listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.